Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of United Talks podcast. Today, going to break down this media storm that has seemed to hit the club at different times and has been hitting the club for the last 10, 15 years. We're going to break it down and basically talk about what goes on at the club with regards to pundits and ex players. And the truth is, one thing I can say for a fact is that they are not patient. One thing I can say for a fact is that they are contributing to the things that have happened in the club for the last 13 years. I know Sir Alex Ferguson helped the club at different points in time to kind of help build the culture and all of that for 20 something years. But these ex pundits have not really helped with regards to how to change the culture and the narrative of the club. There are so many points of views to these, but the truth is I've been trying to do mine, and then I saw a good friend of mine on TikTok, a Manchester United fan who I've been following for a while, and I saw like his comment and his views on this situation, and I felt like, you know what? I took permission from him, and I'm going to like use it for this content, because the truth is you all need to see this. You all need to know that Manchester United fans are being trapped or lured into, creating this narrative that the club is rotten. Not saying that the club is not rotten. I mean, the Glazers have done their job in bringing the club to where it is right now. But in truth, there is a whole lot that has been going on. But the press and even the should I say even the legends have not really helped this narrative. Hence why we have a media storm, and they seem to be the ones that are being used to, kind of like create this storm. So I'm going to play the video for you now, and then you can now, see what I'm trying to explain to you and I'm trying to tell you. Just watch and listen.
Manchester United have the most unique problem in football, a problem no other football club in the world has. And it is one of the reasons the club is so rotten. And it has a lot to do with the fact that every single broadcast in the UK has an ex-Manchester United legend working for them. But let me explain why this is so bad for the club right now. These guys are all legends. They were brilliant for the football club. These guys are not legends, and they haven't been very good for the football club. However, this team is a lot better than this team. So when these guys complain about Manchester United losing games, they speak as if they're confused as to why Manchester United are still not this. Being this forever is never going to happen to any football club. I mean, just look at Chelsea. They're a far cry of the club they once were. But all these broadcasts don't have ex-Chelsea pundits talking about how bad the club is now. The reason this is such a big problem for the football club is because it creates an absolutely massive divide in between the fans and the players. Because these are the players that the fans at Manchester United love. So if these guys are telling current Manchester United fans that the current Manchester United players are a huge waste of time and no one should like them or even give them a chance, the fans will act that way towards the players. And that's what creates this rotten divide. And not only that, as we've seen in the past, these players have argued with ex-players before, which doesn't help. Your club legends shouldn't be arguing with your current players. And I get it, they're just trying to defend themselves. But when you're not getting results on a pitch and you're arguing with ex-legends, this is going to get the fans on your back even more. And when you're playing football with fans on your back, you have no chance. I also get it from these guys' point of view. They set the standard at the football club. And I understood it when some Manchester United players were appearing to take playing for the club for granted, perhaps not showing maximum effort. That's when these guys were right to call it out. But now the problem is not with the effort that this squad is showing, because they show enough of it. They are just not as good players as the players Manchester United have had in the past. These lot are not going to win everything like the Manchester United players in the past did. So you're creating unrealistic expectations to the fans, and these players are thinking, how on earth are we meant to match that? And all of a sudden you're in a cycle where nothing that these players do will be good enough. It's natural for a team to not be the best all the time. Manchester United were great, and now they're not the same football club they once were. So these guys need to stop acting like they are. And I get it might be hard because these are the ones that created the culture of winning everything at Manchester United. But constantly shitting on these players for not doing the exact same thing they did, it's not going to help anyone. It's not going to help the players. It's not going to help the fans. Arsenal were fantastic in the late 90s, early 2000s. Then they went through a decline that lasted absolute years. And with that, Arsenal fans' expectations changed. They didn't expect Arsenal to be conquering England every single year. And that in turn helped Arsenal. With the fans changing their expectations, Arsenal were able to build again organically. And now they're one of the best teams in the country again. But when Arsenal were awful, if they had ex-Arsenal legends on the TV saying all the time how bad they were, the players might switch off, the fans might turn against them, and all of a sudden you have a rotten football club. Which is exactly what has happened at Manchester United.
Sorry about that. So what we're trying to say in effect is basically that the club is going through a phase where rebuilding and all of that. And but then you have these pundits, these ex Manchester United players coming in and saying crazy things about the club and trying to kind of slag the club. Everybody knows the club is rebuilding, but you never come and see Jamie Carragher slag Liverpool. You never see Jamie Carragher slag Liverpool. You never see Ian Wright slag Arsenal. Neither do you see Henry slag Arsenal for no reason whatsoever. But the truth is, these pundits have taken the opportunity because they're in the media now to slag the club at every point. I've watched Dimitar Babatov literally like in the Champions League and all of that. He's not even like slugging, he's asking the questions. He's asking the questions that need to be asked with regards to what direction is the club taking. The last game we lost against Tottenham Hotspurs, I watched an interview and he asked the questions, the basic, very important questions that needs to be asked with regards to the club and what direction the club is taking. But no, you have Gary Neville. You have who turns 50 by the way today. You have Gary Neville. You have Michael Owen. You have Roy Keane. You have Owen Hargreaves, Paul Scholes, Rio Ferdinand, to mention but a few. But these guys have literally just kind of said one or two things that would, put us on the back foot, if I may use that, on the back foot when it comes to us as a club. And it's really disheartening and heartbreaking to see. But the truth is, we as fans, we need to be alive to this. We need to know what we want from our team and know what we want from our club to be able to ask the burning questions as well as back the team when the team needs it. Now the team is going through an injury crisis. I don't even see any of the pundits say, "Oh, the team is going through an injury crisis right now." Blah 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 blah. But when it's someone like Ange Postecoglou, everybody will be like, praising and adoring him and saying all sorts of things with regards to him, like, "Oh, he's such a charismatic manager." Blah 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 blah. But in truth, they will never and they will say, "Oh, he has so many injuries." We have 12 first teamers, 12 in the club. Yet we still have pundits slagging the head coach. "Oh, I don't understand this style of play. I don't understand what he's trying to achieve with that. This and that." I'm like, this is somebody who is coming to revamp the culture of the club. When he smashed the TV, everybody said this, and that. But the truth is, what we are doing now is hurting our club. And guess what? In the next couple of days, it's gonna come back to. In the next couple of years, it's gonna come back to hunt us again, just like it started hunting us since 2014. Right? "Oh, these players are not good enough. Oh, these players are this. Oh, these players are that." Come on. That is not what we need as a club. What we need is to rally around these guys. You can't tell me that because Manchester United signed because okay, last season, oh, players are not good enough. There are too many injuries. This, that, that. In the summer, Man United signed 5 players. 5 players. That's half the team. So are you trying to tell me that all of a sudden these 5 players are not good enough? I mean, we all know that Harry Maguire did well this season. He's been doing well this season. Or we all know that Matthias de Ligt has done well. I mean, for a first season in the club. Lenny Yoro, young player. I saw a post from the fans forum or fans debate on the overlap with regards to Paul Scholes talking about him not liking what he has seen so far with Lenioro. Like, are you for real? Like, are you for real right now? But it is what it is. We asked for style of play. Oh, last season it was, oh, Ten Hag doesn't have a style of play. Oh, he abandoned the style of play. He says he cannot play the Ajax way, blah, blah, blah. We cried for a style of play. Now we have a style of play and we're sticking to the style of play, and then the fans don't like it. We want, we went during Ten Hag, oh, we didn't have a style of play. The fans didn't like it. Now we have a style of play. The fans don't like it. What do you want? And the pundits are not helping as well. It's crazy. I have another take from another big channel that I follow and watch at some point, and it's Adam McCullough's take, basically, from Stretford Paddock. And I would like for you to watch and listen, and then you can see what I'm trying to talk about.
You know, a lot of these pundits and football fans, and Gary Neville included, like to talk about the need to change the culture at Manchester United. Like to talk about how many mistakes we've made in the transfer market. Like to talk about how a new manager needs to come in and be himself, needs to implement his style of play, needs to be given time to do that, needs to be given time to develop his squad, change his squad, make United great again, all that kind of balls, right?
Now you can hear it. Like, these are exactly the things I was trying to talk about. They like to want to, which I agree with Adam for. Like, they like to want to say, oh, we need to change the culture of the club. We need to do this. We need to do that. We need to blah, 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 blah. Hear this next step, this next part.
But then none of them have actually got the patience to actually, for it to happen.
No.
You know, remember Amorim said at the start, like, it's going to get more painful before it gets better. It doesn't necessarily mean it is going to, but you're going to have to give someone time to kind of find out what's going on.
Yeah.
And I like Ruben Amorim. Maybe talk is very cheap, innit? But I think he always says the right things a lot of the time. I think he's been dealt a bad hand. I think you look at our squad, it's a little bit all over the place. It's not suited to his style of play. We've had to let go of a couple of players. Look, Anthony had to go. I don't care how many goals he scored for Real Betis, he had to go. Marcus Rashford, unfortunately, for both him and the club, had to move on. Replacing those players, is that down to the manager's problems? No. Like, those are PSR issues that were there before he got there. Amad Diallo gets injured, our whole midfield get injured. Like, do you want to give a manager time or not?
I know.
And I know that doesn't mean you can just lose every game and everything's all right. But the league campaign's basically done. And whilst I think it's easy to say, oh, players should just be up for every game, I think once your season's over and you're not fighting for anything, it's very easy to take your foot off the gas and maybe not be at it completely. And again, I repeat myself on this as well. I'm glad that he's been given this time with them now, even though he would have ideally come in the summer. Because in the summer, some of these players are just going to pull the wool over your eyes. And he's going to get to see the real them right.
So basically, what Adam Akola is saying is basically, it was a good thing that Ruben Amorim came to the club now, at this point in time, that he is here, so that he can actually see and know the kind of players he has and what he intends to do. But the pundits, the Man United pundits, the Man United ex-players and legends, I mean, all of them also have tried in management and didn't really do well. Roy Keane tried in management, didn't work out. Michael Owen, always injured. I don't even count him as a legend of Manchester United because he didn't even play up to 5 years. Owen Hargreaves, loved by the fans. Sometimes even talks more like a fan than even some of the other pundits. Rio Ferdinand, loved by the fans. We love him. We love his take on things and stuff. His stories about his time at the club, how the club treated him and all of that. But sometimes his takes so as well, or the other hands are. And then for Paul Scholes, I mean, look at what he said about a young Lenioro. If Lenioro is there watching a legend, like not just only Lenioro, if all the other young players are watching the Manchester United legend say these things about the club, yes, it will come to them as, oh, the standards are high, we need to meet the standards. But then how would they even feel when it comes to confidence? It bashes their confidence. It does bash their confidence. That's the truth. And we as fans need to not let, in fact, we need to stop this right now. We need to not let this get to the point where it is. But it's sad. It's sad, and it is difficult to, to basically just accept the situation right now. But I'm gonna play you another clip. Basically, this clip is about the question that was asked with regards to Man United's style of play and his reaction to it. So just take a listen.
Yeah, it really is, because when you look at the way that they play, they sit in deep. They play quite. They try and be as organised as they can with it.
Sorry about that. The sound didn't come out, but we're gonna fix it now, and then we will continue from where we stop. But what I'm trying to say in effect is that we as fans, we need to literally just basically not allow ourselves fall under that trap of letting these pundits determine how our club is. How do I say it? Like how our club like, let me put it this way. It's like something has served you for a very long time. Something has been, you know the thing that has worked for a long time, and then all of a sudden you're slagging it because, or biting, like what we say in Nigeria, biting the hand that fed you. So yeah, we as fans, we need to really, 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 um you know clamp down on these things. That's what I would say. Clamp down on these things and not let it become the bane of our existence, especially as Manchester United fans. We should not fall into this trap, because these media houses use these ex players to kind of create a trap for us basically, and all of that. If you look at, like, even like the recent news, I'm gonna see if I can even bring that up as well. The recent news that came out from, and I like the take of one of the Man United fan. His name is Dev. He said that we should not even be letting things like these, rear their ugly head, especially in Manchester United. And that's from Chris Wheeler. Chris Wheeler, basically. It's sad to see, but we're seeing a repeat of the same things over and over again. The things that happened under Ruben Amorim, or under Eric Ten Hag, is now happening basically in Manchester United again. And I'm going to read this out. Oh, let me even share it with you all so you can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Hold on for a second. I think we got mixed up with that update. Okay, now basically it says Manchester United dressing room source recent results under Ruben Amorim. The feeling is we got away with that one, but we might not be so lucky next year. How is this news, please, Chris Wheeler? How is this news? Dressing room source. I'm perplexed. Dressing room source. How? How is this news? Please tell me. Chris Wheeler, tell me. Manchester United dressing room source on recent results under Ruben Amorim. Are the players revolting again? Who is that dressing room source? Come on. Come on. Manchester United fans, we should not be falling for this. We shouldn't be falling for this for any reason whatsoever. We shouldn't. We shouldn't. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And what I'll tell you guys is this: do not let this be the order of our day as Man United fans. We need to literally just kind of, not let this determine how we as fans, would react. Yes. So that's basically my take. I was going to play that video, but I think I seem to be having some technical issues. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are on these issues, and then we can build from there. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't have to miss anything as it relates to Manchester United. But let me know your thoughts and feelings about this. Do you think that the legends are fine with slagging the club, or do you think that they should take a chill pill for a bit and allow this club to thrive? And also not slag the club. I mean, other legends from other clubs don't slag their own clubs. You don't see Drogba, Lampard, who Michael Ballack of those days, Michael Essien, Claude Makelele, um, Solomon Kalou, Florent Malouda, Peter Drogba, Peter Cech. These guys, you don't see them slag their own clubs. But I'll see my dearly beloved Paul Scholes, who Matthias de Ligt said anytime he's thinking about Manchester United, he thinks about Paul Scholes, especially with his passing range and stuff. Or you hear stuff like Lenny Yoro waxing lyrical about Rio Ferdinand. And then when it comes to them, they come and slack the club, the players. These players are not good enough. These players are not good enough. We could go on and on and on talking about this, but it is what it is. What I can say is we need to back our club and back our players. We as fans shouldn't be falling into this trap every time. But let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section. Take care. Goodbye. And God bless. And I'll see you in the next one.